Imagine a situation where you're walking alone at night in an empty street. You suddenly observe a dark figure approaching you. What will you do? Will you just disregard it as a misconception of your mind and chuckle at yourself for getting afraid? Or will you grab a sharp object and increase your walking pace? The answer will always be the latter option. Regardless of what you tell yourself, you had no choice in that situation. Your brain had already made the decision for you before you even became aware of the figure. This is thanks to negativity bias, a survival mechanism that evolved to keep us alive by assuming the worst. If the figure in the pre-mentioned scenario did not turn out to be a misconception, then the worst to happen would be that you laugh a little at yourself for being paranoid. However, if the reverse happened where you disregarded the figure as a misconception and it ended up being a predator, a lot worse would be the outcome. This phenomenon helped humans to survive through successive generations by inherently assuming the worst scenarios and keeping a cautious view of the world. This phenomenon still constitutes a significant part of our lives and directly impacts the way we view the world. Negativity bias consequently makes us believe that negative events are much more salient, whereas most of the positive experiences are long forgotten. This survival instinct is no more as useful now that literal life-threatening dangers are at a few. Hence, it makes us obsess over the worries of life, be it the risk of missing a bus, or maybe losing your job or relationship, at the expense of our mental peace. Test results have shown that even when we think that our mind is at rest, it is not. Even when the subjects are calm and at rest, the default mode network of the brain, which consists of the medial frontal cortex, posterior cingulate cortex, and angular gyrus, remains highly active, engaged in constant random chatter. This is also known as the monkey mind. Unfortunately, due to negativity bias, most of the inner chattering is quite unpleasant and makes us exhausted. When humans feel overburdened by the weight of their daily life and the voice in their heads, they look for ways to get out of their own heads and access an altered state. Like George Bernard Shaw once said, "Alcohol is the anesthesia by which we endure." Be it by consuming alcohol, or dancing to music, or doing yoga, or scrolling through social media, everyone has their own way of tuning out their ordinary consciousness, just some healthier than others. Experimenting with altered states has been around for thousands of years, although most of it was related to sacred rites. Weed consumption has been an age-old practice among Indian sages. The Mayans took alcohol at such an advanced level that they took it as an enema mixed with other psychoactive substances. In ancient Greece, there were clandestine rituals that incorporated fasting, ecstatic dancing, and the consumption of a drink called kykeum, all of which were designed to shift the innate state of the mind. The pursuit of altered states is so common that it ascends humanity. Reindeers have been noted to get high on hallucinogenic mushrooms. Wallabies in Tasmania have been seen falling around and hopping in circles, apparently high after feeding on local poppy seeds. Dolphins have been noted to get high off pufferfish. Cats cannot resist catnip, and bees get drunk on orchid nectar. Ronald Segal, a psychopharmacologist, noted, "The pursuit of intoxication with drugs is a primary motivational force in the behavior of organisms." The desire to get high is a significant driver of human behavior. Be it alcohol or drugs or healthier options like meditation or running, most people are trying to change their state of mind. Be it to chase pleasure or to avoid pain, an increasing number of people are using altered states to go beyond feeling better to the point of performing better. This is known as the flow state. Mihai Csikszentmihalyi, a psychologist who recognized and named the concept, described it as a state in which people are so involved in an activity that nothing else seems to matter. Your concentration is so intently focused on the task at hand that there is nothing left over for the monkey mind to scratch and nibble at. Your problems recede entirely as you enter a zone of tremendous productivity and creativity that it feels timeless, selfless, and effortless. Most people can think of at least one instance where they were so immersed in doing something, like while working on an assignment, or while reading a really interesting book, or maybe while playing a sport, that hours went by without notice. They even forget the normal bodily functions like hunger and thirst. Scientists have been studying flow and trying to figure out what triggers this state. Research shows that achieving flow relies on personal challenges and skills on the task that you are doing. The task needs to challenge you so that you do not get bored, and you need to have sufficient ability to achieve it. Otherwise, it will cause anxiety. The research faculty at Portsmouth University found that instructing a group of rock climbers with positive psychological tools like goal setting, self-talk, and mindfulness increased the intensity of their flow states, whilst also elevating personal performance. Trying out meditation, having a good sleep, and exercising can have positive effects on mindset development and cognitive behavior. After that, you have to be focused and alert on what you are doing, but at the same time relaxed and open-minded, like when you are daydreaming, associated with more profound states of mind. The flow state happens in between, when the mind is moving from the conscious to the subconscious. Researchers have focused on athletes and professionals. Their test results have reported having hugely amplified access to pattern recognition, future prediction, and information processing capabilities when in the state of flow. They were able to make better and faster decisions in the state than they were in their conscious state, as the raised amount of neurochemicals like dopamine, endorphins, serotonin, oxytocin, etc. in the brain made them feel alert, concentrated, and ecstatic. Conclusion. Hence, if given a thought, you will realize that the state of flow has a lot of similarities with the other drug or alcohol-induced heightened states mentioned earlier. It turns out that the universal qualities of heightened altered states, regardless of whether entered through psychedelics or higher creativity activities, either can induce the same feelings of bliss, expanded consciousness, and an escape from the negatives of your monkey brain. Although negativity bias is an ingrained survival instinct in all humans, keeping us alive for thousands of years does not mean you have to endure all its negative aspects as well. When in a flow state, you will be able to shut down self-conscious and negative mind wandering. You will be able to focus on the task at hand and find it rewarding, like increasing your positive qualities, like accelerating learning and skill development, and getting comfortable conquering challenges.
If you found the video informative, then hit the like button, comment your thoughts down and share to spread the word. Also, a sub to the channel would be motivating. Just wait, we also have over 200 videos to watch, just click left or right. Keep inspiring.